What's up, guys? Jacob here, making another video. I'm gonna make this one short and sweet. This is gonna be, about a principle that I follow in times of, say, stress, and it's called the 72-hour rule. And what the 72-hour rule is essentially something that happens in your life. You want to give it 72 hours before you react to it, because a lot of things will happen in life and you'll want to right away react with pain or fear or anger. Like, say someone lashes out at you, the first thing you want to do is lash right back. Or say, whatever it is that happens in your life, maybe something's bringing sorrow and you want to try and fix it. Whatever it is, the 72-hour rule is essentially to wait 3 days until you respond to this. Because what the 72-hour rule does is it either shows you that whatever topic that you think is so strenuous or stressful or important right now, it will either dissolve in those 72 hours and become nothing that you shouldn't have really been dealing with in the first place, and it will kind of teach you to control your emotions and deal with situations in a more constructive manner. Or it will teach you that this problem that I'm having, it will take on a life of its own, and it will show you that this is actually something of importance that I should address and that I should deal with. And like I said, it could be someone attacking you, and you have to deal with either lashing back or constructively being like, hey, I'm sorry you feel that way, how can we deal with this, blah blah blah. Or it can be something of sorrow or something that makes you sad in your life, and you take these 72 hours to reflect on it. And then now you kind of have this basis foundation of self-control that you can move forward and deal with the issue instead of impulsively trying to fix things right away, because we all know that never works, right? And so real fast, I just wanted to share this principle that I learned. I actually learned this principle from a music artist, from Drake. Watching his interviews, he would talk about the 72-hour rule, and when people would lash out against him, how he would give it 72 hours, and either the situation would dissolve or it would take on a life of its own. And I've been using that ever since I found it, probably 3 or 4 years ago. And I just recommend that, if you're dealing with situations in your life that seem really stressful and really important, give them 72 hours and, let them either dissolve or take on a life of their own. Because a lot of things that we deal with, I've talked about this a lot in past videos, a lot of things that we deal with are nothing. All of these problems will eventually be nothing. Think about problems that you had a year ago that you now forgot about, or 5 years ago, or 10 years ago. A lot of these things that we have right now that we're dealing with that we think are so important are eventually going to be forgotten. So, try not to stress yourself out too much. Give it 72 hours, let it either dissolve or take on a life of its own. And whenever it does take on a life of its own, you have this new foundation to develop on top of, right? So, I just wanted to share that 72-hour rule, something I have been using for a while now, and I just highly recommend it. Thank you, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever. Have a good day.